Welcome to the 2025 Isle of Man Festival of Motoring, which this year has as its theme going topless, which is a very, very risky thing to do in the Isle of Man in September. And of course we are talking about, it's all about convertibles this year. And there's plenty here already, but as you can see, it's not exactly topless weather. It's Thursday now, they have their gathering here in Peel. And then they have loads of stuff planned for Friday and Saturday and Sunday as well. They have mountain runs, they have the slog run tomorrow, they have the display on Douglas Promenade, I think on Saturday. They even get a TT course run on Sunday when they do their convoy to Ramsey, and then they can have a go over the mountain. But unfortunately the weather is not looking great for it. So the whole week the weather forecast is not convertible friendly, to put it politely. So that's a shame, but that's the Isle of Man in autumn for you. That's just a risk you have to take. We'll try and work around it. And let me try and give you an impression of what the 2025 running of this amazing event that always brings hundreds of cars to the Isle of Man was like. Welcome to day 2 of the Isle of Man Festival of Motoring 2025. We're up at Derby, traditional meet, and I'm afraid the weather is still not, look at it, all grey up there, not great, but it's already been worth going here. Look what just pulled up. It's my first time ever seeing one in real life. Has to be the rarest car here today. I dare you to beat that in Rarity. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Figaro, 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 Figaro.
Only made 580 of these because this is the little one, the baby, as opposed to the big V8. This is a flat 4.
Okay.
We think there's probably still about 50 around, even though it's pre-war.
50 globally or 50?
50 globally.
Oh,
this
wow.
is the only one that's registered and on the road in the UK.
Wow.
There's a derelict one. I would say derelict. There's a totally unrestored one that's never moved since the 1970s in Jersey. And then there's a derelict one up north in England in a derelict shed. The shed is collapsing around the Tatra.
Oh no.
But, yeah, which is unfortunate.
It has a bit of a reputation, doesn't it, for...
Well, that's the V8 anyway.
Is it? Okay.
This is the flat 4.
So this one doesn't try to kill you in every corner?
And they don't anyway. I mean, unless you're a stupid driver. Yeah, you know.
Yes.
If you're stupid, you get killed. You know, it's
the first time I've ever seen one in real life. Morning. Good to see you. Right, I don't think we'll beat this in Rarity today.
No, I think the Tatra's got it. Yeah.
You say it's the only one registered on the road in the UK?
Yeah.
Rarer things in the museum probably, but in the UK, you're not going to see many of these at all, are you?
No, it's beautiful.
For sure.
few of the cars have pulled up already. The weather, as I said, is miserable. Apparently there's 65 Figaros on the island, which is an amazing number considering how rare these are. You know the story with them, right? You can only get them, I think it was in a lottery. You had to enter a lottery from Nissan or something to get one. Cutie little things. I was behind that TVR coming up here, and I do like TVRs. I do like pure sports cars that try to kill you in every corner you enter with them. So respect to whichever Trevor is driving this one. Good morning, it's Saturday. We are back in Douglas from Derby yesterday. I didn't hang out there all day yesterday because the weather wasn't that great, and there's no point hanging out in Derby because they came in groups, so one group in the morning, one group in the afternoon. So I would have had to wait all day to get all the cars. I don't have to wait to get all the cars today because we are on Douglas Promenade, and it's time for one of the highlights of every festival of motoring that comes here. And that is the big display down on the promenade, where all the cars line up in one big show. The weather is holding so far. You can see it's grey, but it's dry, so that's good. Which means I can get the drone up and I can give you a great look at things from above. Plus, there is the usual charity rides again. You can pay to get a ride in one of these cars. So there's that, and well, let's just see what else we find today, shall we? Actually, before I do anything, I'm going to get the drone up because I did just feel a couple of raindrops. So if the rain comes back, then I'm obviously screwed with the drone. So I better get that one up now, get a nice few shots from above, and then we'll see what happens down here after. Okay, I think I just about got away with that. It is raining and drones and rain don't really go along, but I think we got some pretty cool footage there. So now that I've got the drone footage out of the way, let's have a wander around here, see what cars we find. This is the first time that I actually see all the cars in one spot as well. So let's see if we find something really, really nice. Maybe meet a few people and give you a good look at this huge display. And then that's pretty much all I'm going to show you today. But tomorrow there's a big convoy at the grandstand, so we'll do that one. Actually, let's start with a look at the charity runs. They're all different prices, so let's have a look what we find. See, that's the suggested minimum donation. 50 for the Porsche, 30 for an SL, that's cheap, come on. Corvette 40, that one 30. And that's what it's all about. So, which one do we fancy? So people are always like, oh sorry I'm in the way. It's like, it's okay, it's part of, you know, the whole thing. Someone else has a drone. I love the flip-flop paint on this one. It's one of the best I've seen. This has got to be the biggest collection of Figaros the island's ever seen. And they're just very, very cute cars. They're not just UK ones, by the way. There's some British, there's two German ones actually, one from Hanover. Oh, there's three. There's a third one. That's the one from Hanover. Okay, 3 Germans drove over. Essentially, this is a Nissan Micro, right? I mean, that's what it's based on, so. Quite a trip, I guess. I mean, this or this. No question, right? That's not an SL. That's an SL. There's something, I don't know, somewhere along the line Mercedes lost its way. Pagoda, always nice. Is this a normal one? Those are AMG wheels, right? I see AMG wheels, so I'm guessing might be. Yes, it is. 55. This one I would actually really like. We had this one as the 280 before. It was one of the first cars I bought for Micah here. And that was already very nice. Right, same question. R129 or this? No question. Because it's the CSL model I grew up with. I remember when I grew up in Bavaria. Rich people drove these. It's a 500. Yeah, I still remember there was a few SL 600 in my hometown. There was one guy, he owned I think a restaurant or one of those Bavarian tourist food places. He had an SL 600, he had a 600 SEL W140. I mean, that's just, you know, that's just showing off, right? Getting two V12s. Scooby, got loads of them on the island. Basically, Islandman boy racers drive this. XJS, I had one of them. Two actually. Beautiful to look at. Wouldn't want one again.
Find it very quickly. You know you want to.
1986 Golf GTI. If you have an unmolested one, and they're going up in price massively. And it is very, very pretty. See, another Bavarian hometown story. So the rich people drove, you know, the 129 SLs or, you know, that kind of convertible, like the really expensive. And the pretenders always drove white Golfs. That was the pretenders car. Because they were cheaper, but they still looked really, really good. So if you pretended to be rich, you drove that. If you were really rich back in Bavaria in the 90s, you drove an SL. That's my childhood experience. What else do we have? Fords, we had loads of Fords last week. At the Ford Fest. Right, which Capri is the best? Oh god, there's a few. Nice. Right, engine. 2.8. Doesn't say. 2 liter? Nah, we don't want a 2 liter. 2.8 injection, all right? That was quick, right? In its day. Beautiful. Some Triumphs, Stack, TR6. I've never really gotten into classic British cars, apart from an accidental Bentley recently. I guess it's what you grew up with, right? And they were just, like, back in Bavaria where I grew up in the 80s and 90s, like British cars were, you know, like Morgans or Triumphs or something, were ultra rare. Nobody drove them. Everyone drove Mercs or BMWs. So you never saw them. Only like eccentric people would drive a Triumph or Morgan. I don't know if that has changed. But of course Germans would very thoroughly shake their heads at the idea of building a car out of wood. Or at least part of the body out of wood. That, you know, would probably make the head of any old school German engineer explode. Morgan didn't care, they still do it.
Let's go.
Old Jacks. Yep, what's the most important thing on an old Jack? Sorry, had to make that joke. I've owned two. I'm allowed to. God, there's so many cars now. I'll literally just take you on a walk through. Is that, what's it called, Frog Eye? Some porkers, always nice. Alright, at some point in my life I will get a TVR. I just need that suicidal experience. I just have a real weak spot for TVRs. I know they're crap, unreliable, and they will try to kill you. But that's how a proper old school supercar should be, you know? That's what I don't like about all the modern supercars, you know, all the latest Lambos that have like a drift mode and a show-off mode and whatnot. This thing, if you want to show off, you need to be able to drive or you're going to crash. And that's how it's supposed to be. Loads of Jacks. Ooh. These I actually really like. Old Aston V8s. Very, very pretty. But see, Astons are weird as well. Some are super cheap, some are super expensive. I thought Ray was here for a moment, because that's the same model as his. It's the one I borrowed to pick up Micah, and it's also his fault, and I know you're watching this, that I have a Bentley Turbo now, because I bought it from the same guy who bought his Arnage from. But the Bentley I really, really, really want is the Arnage, sorry, Azure. I really, really want an Azure. My Bentley pricing again is a bit weird. Because certain models, like an Arnage, the one in front, you can get it for 20 grand. A really nice one, well looked after. No problem at all. This one, which is more or less the same with the roof chopped off. A good one, 80 to 100. So it's one of the models that's kept its prices. And you can see why. I mean, it's still 30 years on. It's an utterly stunning car. You can pull up anywhere with that. So yeah, my goal is to have an Arnage, Azure, and drive that through Europe. But the price tag is a bit prohibitive at the moment, so we'll see. More TVR. Someone's brave, leaves the roof down. The theme this year is, you know, going topless, so convertibles, which, like I said yesterday, is pretty brave to do in September in the Isle of Man. But I do hope that the weather is going to improve and they have some fun. There's the twin of mine, except his is in a slightly nicer condition than mine. Ooh, hello, hello, hello. Danger. Big danger. I'm going to take a picture of that number. Now there's the tiger again. I wish I kept my plate. I had a 230 plate on my 230.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, 20 years ago, and then I sold it with the plate. But
Yeah.
how much do you want without the plate?
6 1/4. I thought.
What year is she?
81.
Wow. And it's a 240, right? Oh,
230.
okay,
230.
230.
Yeah.
Coupe. They're actually,
Cylinder, 2.3.
they're actually the rarer ones, aren't they?
Like
The
this,
coupe
yeah,
is, yeah, it's very rare.
Yeah.
So I just bought I swapped for Bentley Turbo R. The same, identical to this actually. Worse condition, but same model. Like him. I actually know him. Last time there was a meeting here, we were parked next to each other.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Except mine is in a rougher condition.
Yeah. What have you got now then?
Still have the Bentley.
Oh, you still have it.
And just a Mercedes for day to day. And I've just found storage, so I could actually store it.
That's handy.
Yeah. So the biggest problem is, like, I happily buy cars at auction or, somewhere like nice, the cars I grew up with. But I don't have anywhere to store. And I don't want to, like, if you buy this, you don't want to leave it by the sea.
No, that's worse thing.
Yeah, because it just will break my heart. So
Yeah.
I've got your number, so I'll have a think about it. I actually quite like the Tiger as well.
Yeah.
I looked at that in Derby.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
And he's done a lot of work on it, so it could be a fun summer car.
It would be a fun car, yeah.
What mileage is on this? Is it restored or original?
It's had a it's been across and back, and it's not immaculate by any means.
No, it looks good.
An immaculate one would be 12 to 15,000. We looked on a website recently. So this, they call it just good usable condition, and it's. I mean, it's got an indicated it's 91,000 when I had it, and a bit. Then after, I've only got another 1,000, and the mileometer packed up. The speedo still works.
Okay.
And I've never got around to. I had one chap who tried to repair it, and it worked for a bit, and then it stopped again. Then I asked Johnny Moon actually, and he gave me details of a firm across that possibly could repair it, but I've just because I don't use it that much. I've never bothered with it, but there's things like that need doing.
What do you expect? I mean, these were when Mercedes employed engineers and not marketers.
Yeah, that's quite. Yeah, they say the 123 model was the last of the really good, solid Mercedes.
124 was still okay, but this is the last of the real ones.
Yeah, I've had it for 12 years now, I think.
Well, do you daily it or just bring her out?
Oh, just occasionally. Yeah, just occasionally.
Sure, I'll have a think if I can find space. I'd love to have one again. There's the Tiger again. We looked at it before. Yeah, it's all about space, all the cars that I want, but I don't have anywhere to store them. I don't have any other hobbies, so it's not so much the money problem.
I watched 40 Towers. Do you remember it?
These I really like as well. So we're back in the local cars, I think. These are the more local lot.
I bought so many things from Promenade I did not need. Well, I got it.
Oh, there's another turbo. Let's have a look at that. And then we're at the end of it, I think. Oh, it's another local one. Let's have a look. Never seen that before. Slightly newer model, isn't it? Does look slightly newer. Oh, it's an 8. Okay. Come on, they still look absolutely regal, even after all these years. You can still roll up anywhere with one of these. And the valley will jump out at you. Cool, that's the end of this display. So that was a quick walk through. And what else can we do? Actually, I've decided it would be somewhat rude and feel wrong if I left this big display here in Douglas without showing you at least some wheels in motion. So I just bought myself a charity ride. And what we're going to drive, there it is. No, wait, there it is, the Ferrari California. So let's go for a ride in that. And that's all from Saturday, and then tomorrow we'll see hopefully a lot more cars in motion when they go for their big drive. First they have a show up at the grandstand, and then the big convoy around the TT course. I'm going to try and bring you that too. But let's go for a drive in a Ferrari. Right, I'm Frank, your name is?
John.
And that's yours then?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's go for a drive.
Cool.
Do you need my voucher or you believe me? Does she collect them or just?
I think we just believe you.
Okay. I paid, I assure you. How many rides have you given?
You're my first today.
Oh, okay.
I think the weather's putting a lot of people off.
Yeah, it's a shame, but
Yeah, it's just that little bit too miserable, isn't it?
it's September in the Isle of Man, you never know. I
Yeah.
found it quite brave that they put on a convertible meeting in September.
No,
But
that was. How long have you been on the island?
this August was 25 years.
Oh gosh.
On and off though.
On and off.
Yeah.
What brings
That's
you
mine actually. Did I get a ticket? No, I don't think. No. Nice and legally parked. Okay.
Perfect, well done.
Well, the parking guys here aren't the nicest sometimes. Do you have the number for the organizers and things?
I think that's.
Yes, he.
You're alright, let's go.
No, that doesn't look good. You okay? Does it still roll or is it blocked?
Yeah, something like that. Let me ring Mike.
Is it still rolling?
No.
Okay, because my house is literally down here if you want to park it in the drive.
Yeah, I
but-
was thinking I could pull it up, but I don't think there's any steering on it.
See, who says you can't drive a convertible in September in the Isle of Man? You just need to be brave enough.
Yeah, exactly that.
The weird thing here is the weather can change from one town to the next. Like here it might be raining yesterday, for example, right? It was miserable here, really raining hard. And by the time I went to Derby, it dried up and it was like nothing happened. So the north is usually nicer weather-wise.
Right.
Okay, I think that was a good way to finish Saturday's coverage now. It's a shame with the Morgan, so I want to actually go now and check on the dude, because I tried to give him my number, because he'll be without transport now, so if he needs to go somewhere, and I live right there, you know, then we're happy to help him. He's obviously a bit under shock. So I'll probably do that now. And yeah, so that's all from Saturday. Let's hope the weather holds for tomorrow. And we'll see what tomorrow brings at the grandstand, and then of course they're driving down to Ramsey, and then they're having the hill climb in Ramsey. So I will try and cover some of that if the weather permits. Most of it is down to the weather really. If the weather's good, we can go up the mountain and do some drone shots and whatnot. But we'll see. So that's it for Saturday. See you tomorrow. Before you know it, it's Sunday already. We're up at the grandstand and look at this. There they are. 300 odd cars. So, even the weather is playing ball today by the look of things. Great day ahead, I hope. They can hopefully already go topless, even though it's a bit fresh still. It's September. But at least it's dry, you can get the roof down. So, plan today, pretty simple. Quick look around the grandstand. Then they're doing a convoy to Ramsey. Now, usually I focus on the grandstand with these things, but it gets a bit boring because you always get the same shot of bikes or cars leaving the grandstand. So I'm planning to probably go further down the route somewhere, maybe Cronky Straight or somewhere stretched out where you can see 300 cars in a convoy. Should be quite a sight. And then head down to Ramsey, have a quick look. I think they have a gathering there on Murak Prom. And then they're doing runs up the mountain. So if I get away to go up to the Gooseneck or something, I'll try and get some of that. We'll see how it goes. So that's the plan for today. Enjoy the last day of the Isle of Man Motoring Festival 2025. Okay, it's 9:47, so the convoy should be on the way now, and they should be behind me because I just about escaped Nobles Park. And so it's once they leave there, if I'm not ahead of them on the course, if I want to shoot them from the course somewhere, I'm stuffed. There's no way I can get ahead of the convoy, and I'm not going to go, you know, and overtake a convoy and loads of police bikes. Not a good idea. So the plan now is, the sun is really nice, it's not very windy, it's great. And because I showed you so many convoys and so many, you know, parades from the grandstand and Bray Hill, it gets a bit boring. I'm heading to Cronky Straight. We're taking that cyclist there. Cronky Straight, which I hope is an open enough space because there's 300 odd cars. It's an epic sight from above. I need something open to show you the whole scale of that convoy. And obviously the police is out and about, helping them. They're helping the convoy to go around all the junctions everywhere. I've already seen the cops. They're going to stop traffic for them, which is really great. It's going to be an epic experience for them. And hopefully you'll enjoy this little footage that I caught of it. And here we are at the Gooseneck. Look at that weather. We're lucky today, which is great for all the guys in the convertibles. So they have the whole mountain for themselves. I beat the road closer by 2 minutes. And I want to end the video with some footage from up here. I'll do some side of the road. I will try and get the drone up, but it's a bit windy, so we'll see. But that's the end of this video. Enjoy some footage of them coming up. Some of them. I'm not waiting for 300 cars, but some of them coming up to Gooseneck on the mountain run. They're going down to the crack for coffee and whatnot, but I think I'll conclude my weekend with them here. Give you a look at their little hill climb kind of thing. Hope you enjoy that. Hope you like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this view at the Festival of Motoring, and I'll see you next time.